Hey, what's going on, guys? Logan from Mighty Reptiles here, along with
Dave from Mighty Reptiles, and we've got our new girl here. She doesn't have a name yet, but she's caused quite an uproar already.
Yeah, so we're here to just kind of make a follow-up video and kind of give you guys the details that everybody was wondering about the last video we put up on how to not ship a snake because of the conditions that you guys saw her put in, as well as, I'm going to actually grab the box, about her being shipped in this, and as you can see, she is just about as thick as the box, so yeah, that's what all this commotion's about. We're going to be answering a lot of questions that we weren't really sure if we had wanted to answer right in the beginning, with the first one being who we bought it from. This snake was purchased from Mile High Pythons on Morph Market, and you can figure out the exact transaction from it if you just search up her combo. There's not many searches there. And another question was like the specifics of the rules that were broken that caused all this uproar. One of them is the FedEx terms, and one of them is the Lacey Act, which actually allows us to transport reptiles and animals across state borders, which states that you clearly have to stamp that there's an animal there, and everybody has to know, and the box has to be checked already, which FedEx did not know, and there was no marking anywhere on the box. And if that box was inspected, which it clearly wasn't, you would definitely say there was no way that would fly.
No, in talking to FedEx, they had no idea that there was an animal in. You know, as far as they were concerned, it was anything else. And obviously that's the problem we're looking at here, is somebody shipped a live animal in a container that wasn't prepared for that. So not only was it improperly packed inside of it, but then that package was treated incorrectly. You know what you see how that packages can be treated. They're stacking stuff on top of it, they're throwing it around, which is all fine if you're shipping a pair of pants or something like that. But we're really lucky that we got her, and we would love to hear back from the seller to be able to talk about this. I sent a long letter, and parts of it weren't very nice, but parts of it I tried to be more instructive, just in case it was someone, maybe it was someone new that didn't look into this farther. And anyway, we're glad we got the snake. We're not very happy that things went the way they did. We talked to FedEx about it. They're really not happy about it.
We're in contact with Morph Market as well to see about how we're going to make contact with this person, if anything's going to come with it, or if they're just going to have like a strict warning, or if you get a message when you're inquiring on their ads, just saying, make sure you talk to this person about shipping and conditions. Just whatever happens is up to them, but I don't know what the course of action is going to be. As far as the FedEx rules that were broken, which was the big deal that we made about standard shipping versus priority shipping, which was that the priority shipping is there for a reason, because all those packages get to their doorstep by, I believe it's 10:30, right?
10:30, right?
And it is there so that it is not going to be baking in the sun. If it does have to sit there for 30 minutes or whatever happens, and that way it's convenient. And we already know that shipping a snake is a risk. It's a very low risk, but we all take it when we're shipping things across, because obviously we can't be driving across the country to go get something, and it's just something that we have to do. But when you ship something via standard overnight, it is not in the temperature controlled trucks, and it is in there with all the other packages that can contain anything. It's treated far more worse, as well as the time goes from 10:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. at night, and it also has the availability of overlay to the next day, whereas the priority shipping is guaranteed the next day, plus the insurance on an animal, because that's the only thing that FedEx will allow an animal to ship on. But it was shipped via standard, which means there was no insurance, and no whereabouts that there was an actual snake in that box. And she is actually being really cool.
Yeah, so as far as we go as the sellers and we're shipping, priority is there for us too. When you ship priority, you get insurance with that, and you don't if you would ship any other way. And of course, it's against the rules and it's illegal to ship another way. So we hope that this guy straightens out. I don't know. I haven't heard from him yet. If anyone does, please let us know.
Yeah. And then another question that we had received was why we had actually opened it ourselves as opposed to reporting it and having an actual officer open it as like evidence supporting against this person to report them. And that was really because we weren't thinking about reporting the person at the time. We were really worried about the well-being of the snake because of the fact that it was on standard and the condition of the box. Like, we were already worried. Like, I was on constant phone calls as soon as I realized that it was on standard and not priority. As soon as it said it was out for delivery, that was when it gave us that 8 p.m. time, and we were like, that doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
So I was on constant phone calls. Like, every 15 minutes I was getting updates from different FedEx locations where they're calling it or trying to contact the driver, and they're telling me how many shipments are ahead of me. And then once the phone actually got to the driver skipped all their shipments to drive us our snake before continuing the route, which was just amazing.
She's our regular driver. She delivers all of our snakes. So she was really worried once she found out. So that helped out too.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys didn't know, like, why we just hopped down, like, and ripped the box open, it was because we were scared. It was a hot day. It got up to, like, what, near 90s?
In the 90s, yeah.
In that day, and it's baking in this truck. And I can't imagine that the AC in those moving trucks really works all that well going to the back as opposed to just at the driver when it's just baking because it's in the sun all day. So I just wanted to make sure that she was okay before anything else.
We're happy it turned out the way it did. We're not especially happy with the shipper, of course not. And we understand why everyone's upset. We feel the same way. We're just really happy that we got her good. She seems to be a great snake. We'll keep her quarantined for a couple of weeks, and just in case she's carrying something, but she doesn't seem to have any ill effects from the shipping.
Yeah, and everything other than that looks good, like general health care. She took a meal. She actually has proper breathing. As far as I can see, she's not wheezing. But I'm going to be taking a extra special, like, eye on her just because, like, all the stress that she has been through. And, yeah. And she's looking at me like I'm crazy right now. She's like, look at me, I'm fine. But, yeah, we hope this really clears up the air on the situation. By no means do we mean go and bash this person. We're just kind of stating what happened and finer details, so there's none of this cloud of questions anymore. But as far if the situation progresses any farther, I will let you guys know either through Facebook, Instagram, something like that, or through the vlogs. But we're hoping that it really doesn't turn anything too big. Like, we hope it's a mistake and this isn't something that this person is doing all the time. And if so, they really deserve,
I think they just, doing it once is bad enough. I mean, if you think that's all right, I don't know where they're coming from. I haven't talked to them, so I don't know. But
it's like,
if we find anything out, we'll let you guys know too, I promise.
Yeah, it's like, as I stated in the video itself, it's like, I cannot imagine somebody who signed up for selling on Morph Market and all that and didn't know how to ship a snake the right way, or even cared. Like, I don't see how you can look at that box and say that is safe. Like, I wouldn't put anything in there. Like, if I was putting any, like, piece of plastic in there that may break, I would not put it in that box, let alone, a living animal.
No, you got to treat them better than that. There's no point.
Yeah, so I really hope that this isn't something that this person's been doing to multiple people. And, Yeah. It's a really weird situation I never imagined myself being in. Like, we have 83?
Something.
80 something snakes, and we've never encountered any shipping like mistakes as far as condition of the snake. The worst thing that we've gotten was them putting him in that little bread box, and that really wasn't bad at all. It was just like, that's weird. But yeah, so I hope this really clears it up, and we'll keep you guys updated. And than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Good night.
Bye.